How's it going, everyone? I'm MisterBo, and yes, it is real, and no, it's not called Wumpa League, it is called CTR. It's the second CTR. This is Crash Team Rumble. We got the brand new trailer revealed yesterday at the Game Awards, and in this video, we're going to be breaking down the trailer because there's a lot of cool stuff in this trailer, a lot of stuff that we can theorize what it actually is in terms of gameplay, and there's also some stuff that I have no clue what it might be, but I'm excited to learn. So if you're like me and you're super excited for CTR, Crash Team Rumble, click that like button and be sure to subscribe because I'm going to be covering everything there is about this game leading up to launch and beyond. So just in case you don't know, Crash Team Rumble is a 4v4 team-based competition where the iconic heroes and villains of the Crash universe battle to capture more Wumpa Fruit than the others to claim victory. Each hero has unique skills and abilities to strategically use to work together to battle the opposing team, defend their own Wumpa Bank, and capture key points around the map to help their team. So let's dive in and start with the trailer. So the first thing we see are the characters we're going to be able to play as. Now in this trailer we only get 8 characters, but I feel like there's going to be more in the full game because if you've only got 8 characters in the game and it's 4v4, chances are you're going to have a lot of overlap of the same characters. I reckon we'll probably see something in the line of maybe 15 to 20, though that might be going a little bit beyond what to expect. So of course we have Embryo here, we have Crash, we have the female version of Entropy or Femtropy as people call her, and then of course we have the alternate universe Torna from Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. On the other side though, we have Dingodile, we have Neo Cortex, we have Coco, and then we have a brand new character. Now people have dubbed this character Catbat. We don't have an official name at this current time, but this character was actually teased at the end of Crash Bandicoot 4 in the 100% ending where we get to see all that cool concept art. One of the endings had Coco versus Nina in a sort of esports arena, and in the crowd with Cortex, with Dingodile, was this character, and we're going to finally able to find out more about this character and play as her. Then we get this really cool shot of the versus team, blue team versus red team. I've seen some confusion about like why are Neo Cortex and Coco partnered together or Torna and Embryo partnered together. This is going to be like Crash Bash in a way where you can be whoever you want on whatever team, it doesn't really matter. We then get our first shot of one of the maps. We only get to see one map in this trailer. Thanks to some kind of leaked footage a while ago, we actually know that there are going to be other maps, and we'll talk about that later when we get to a specific point in this trailer. But this seems to be your basic Wumpa Island level. You can see we have the 2 starting areas, the blue platform, the red platform, and then in between we have all these different places we can go, crates to go and smash, Wumpa Fruits to go and collect, and a lot more on this map as well. This doesn't seem to be the entire map, it seems to be quite bigger than what we're seeing here. Now this trailer is combined with actual gameplay as well as a cutscene, and in this bit of cutscene here we actually get to see some traversal options. So of course in It's About Time, Torna had the ability to swing with her rope in her levels, and it seems like she's going to have the same ability here. No doubt Dingodile will also be able to propel himself up. Cortex is probably going to be able to do his dash, and we do see a little bit later on in the trailer that the new Catbat character can actually fly around and maybe even dive into people. Now this is a really cool shot. We have Cortex, Torna, Crash and Dingodile all on the same team, different to what we saw earlier. And we can see Cortex has his blaster here, his Evolve Array, and we're actually going to get to see that in action. But we can see he's got some sort of bubble on the front of it. Now that could either be that it's fully charged and he can then use that shot, or it could be a small basically shield, so if he gets attacked, he can defend himself for maybe 1 or 2 hits. We'll have to wait and see. But it is worth noting that Torna also has that kind of same bubble on the side of her. So maybe it does indicate when your ability is ready to let the enemy know that, hey, this player could attack you at any minute if they want to. Now we don't really know how this is going to work exactly in terms of collecting Wumpa Fruit. We assume it's going to be first to collecting 100. So you can see here we have crates that are going to have a set amount of Wumpa Fruit in them, but then we're going to have crates that give you 3 times the amount. So you're going to be wanting to go after these crates rather than the normal crates, and I think that's going to cause a lot of chaos and a lot of fun of people running around trying to get certain things before other players. Here, though it is pretty hard to see, we get to see a couple of things in action. We get to see female Entropy's smash attack. Again, similar to what she has in her boss fight in Crash 4, she smashes down into the ground and these orbs pulsate out. You can see they're red to let you know that they're the enemy, so we're seeing this from the blue team's perspective. And of course you're going to want to dodge them, otherwise it's probably going to stun you and make you lose Wumpa. And at the same time, we can see Dingo Dial here doing his tail spin, big green to let you know, hey, you don't want to be anywhere near this. Hopefully we get a full breakdown of what characters' abilities are going to be, how you use them, and what they really do. Next we have this image of Coco. Now I don't know if this is someone's ability or maybe like an environmental hazard within the map, but what you may not realize is this is actually a piano smashing down into the ground, very Looney Tunes like. You can see the red marker to indicate that something is coming down on top of you, and we can see this piano is red, again probably indicating that it's from the opposite team. This could be maybe one of Catbat's abilities, maybe it's a character that hasn't been revealed yet, maybe part of those musical levels that we saw in Crash Bandicoot 4. We'll have to wait and see. Who knows, there might even be power-ups like in Crash Team Racing that you can pick up and then use on people. We get another nice overview of the map here, a different section to what we saw earlier, and there is a lot going on. So firstly, we have these platforms in front of us. And these are those classic gem platforms that we've been teased about for so long, and you'll notice as Torna walks on them here, they actually turn from red to blue. That could indicate a number of things. Maybe the more platforms you have, the quicker you're able to earn Wumpa Fruit. We do know that there are going to be sort of zones to capture on the map, which maybe give you abilities, maybe give you a set amount of Wumpa, maybe something else. And I reckon that is what we can see in the back there with that red glow, a capture point that has probably been captured by the red team. We can then also see Entropy here going to something on the ground. Can't really make out what that is, but what we do see around the map is relics. Now I wonder if you need to go and collect all these relics in a certain amount of time without maybe getting hit, and then return them to a section of the map. Again, there's a lot here that we don't really have information about at the moment, but as soon as we start to learn more about the gameplay loop, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Here we see another shot. We see Crash being attacked by something that we don't get to see what he actually got hit by. We see more of these relics up floating in the air on these platforms, and we also see Embryo who does a double jump. So Embryo is going to have a double jump. Whether all the characters have a double jump, we don't know. This is a pretty cool shot. This is finally where we get to see Cortex use his Evolver Ray and turn Crash here into a hog. We see that button on the ground there again, not really entirely sure what that does. And then we can see one of those gem platforms off in the distance, turned red, but we can actually see it has one of those plants on it from Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, which will attack you. This is also very similar to one of the characters that we actually saw in that leaked concept art. And we know from Jez Corden that some of those characters were not characters we're going to be playing as, but were in fact abilities and power-ups we're going to be using. So maybe one of the abilities is the option to throw this plant down somewhere on the map, and if an enemy gets close, well, they're going to get eaten or attacked. We then see one of Catbat's abilities in action. You can see on the ground we have this red circle with their logo on it to indicate this character is coming down quick, you want to move out the way, and then we see Catbat coming in with a strike who is going to smash down on the ground here. Again, we're already seeing a ton of variety in the characters that we do know are in the game. I can't wait to see what the full roster is going to be, and I'm sure because this is a multiplayer game, we don't really know how it's structured in terms of monetization, whether it's going to be free to play, whether it's going to be a bought game, but we're probably going to be seeing this game as a live service with new seasons and characters and maps and all that kind of stuff brought in over time. And then here we get our clearest look at Catbat just doing her strut. Now to end this all out, we actually have a glimpse of Uka Uka here, and we see Coco use Uka Uka. Now I reckon this is going to be one of two things. Either Uka Uka or Aku Aku simply spawn on the map randomly and it's a race to see who can pick them up first. Maybe Uka Uka does destructive things to the map and Aku Aku does not destructive things to the map. Or the other option here is when you reach a certain amount of Wumpa Fruit collected or do something in the map, your team can summon one of the two masks, or maybe even the quantum masks as well. Maybe they'll play into this and you can use some of their abilities somehow, and that will completely change the vibe of the map. As you can see here, meteorites start raining down. Now this is something that we learned from the leak that happened a couple of weeks ago from Liam Robertson. Now we're not going to get too much into that leak, but one of the things he mentioned was that each map has its own gimmick. This map seems to be that meteorites come down from the ground, as we can see here with Crash. In the partial leaked footage that we saw, it was a toxic map, and every so often a giant wave of toxic liquid would come in through the map, meaning you needed to get to higher ground. So it seems like each map is going to have its fun, cool element that we're going to need to learn. The final thing we see is this score bar. Now, I don't know if this is actually present in the map. I think this is just a cool stylistic thing for the trailer. We're going to obviously have this as our UI in the game, but you can see how much Wumpa Fruit you're collecting to reach the goal in the middle. We get a good shot here of pretty much all the characters: Dingodile in chokehold from Mutated Embryo, Catback, Female Entropy, Coco, Cortex, and Torna, with the final shot of Crash trying to get the last Wumpa Fruit in. It's neck and neck, probably 99.99 either side, and he's trying to take that Wumpa Fruit to the platform to score it for his team and then win, and boom, Crash Team Rumble coming 2023 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. No word of a Nintendo Switch release or a PC release. You imagine that they will probably come at some point. If not at launch, they will come after the fact, like we saw with Crash Bandicoot 4. But there you have it. We don't have an official release date, just 2023. The rumor is that it might be June 20th, 2023, thanks to a tease that Crash did a couple of weeks ago. But there you have it. That is my full in-depth breakdown of the Crash Team Rumble trailer. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I miss anything? Or maybe you have some theories about some of the stuff in this trailer, like those relics perhaps. What do you think they'll do and how they play into the game? Are you excited for Crash Team Rumble? For me, this seems like the perfect game for me. A fun multiplayer action game is right up my street, and I can't wait to dive in and play this, though it's going to get some used to calling this Crash Team Rumble and not Wumpa League, and trying to differentiate Crash Team Racing from Crash Team Rumble, as they are both now CTR. So again, let me know in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, click that like button, and if you're new around here, subscribe for plenty more Crash Team Rumble content leading up to and beyond launch. Apart from all that though, thanks very much for watching, I do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you around, but until then, as always, take care. Cheers.